Yo, leave a like on this video for 5 years of good luck. Not 100% sure that it works how it's supposed to. Some guy dropped a like and then he got hit by a train, so I don't know. It's a little bit of a risk-reward type of thing, but drop a like. Anyways, what's going on, guys? How are we all doing today? Hope we're doing good. So I've been trying to keep up with this Karl Jacobs drama, you know, just seeing what's good. To be honest, I thought the whole situation had kind of died down a little bit. I didn't really see that many people talking about it past, like, you know, 4 or 5 days ago. And then I realized that some random peon took a clip from one of my videos and re-uploaded it to TikTok and got over 1 million views from it and gave me no credit whatsoever, but I'm not molding, you know, I'm jump-starting some careers over here, so I guess at the end of the day, I just need to cope. Anyways, for the 2 senior citizens who do not know what the Karl Jacobs drama is, I will quickly fill you in. The more recent Karl Jacobs drama involves him being quote-unquote cancelled over Twitter because the internet had been made aware of the fact that Karl used to be a big fan of a controversial streamer. This streamer's name is Ice Poseidon, and he is not as popular as he used to be, but Ice Poseidon was a large streamer back in the early days of Twitch. He was an IRL streamer who would do some pretty crazy things, and his chat and his fan base was incredibly toxic. Now, say what you want about Ice Poseidon, you can call him a bunch of names, you can call him a bunch of buzzwords, you know, it's whatever, I don't really care. If you want to call Ice Poseidon a racist and then supplement proof for him being a racist, I guess go ahead. I just know for me personally, I kind of view the people who spend their time on Twitter trying to cancel celebrities to generally be some of the most degenerate creatures I have ever come across. Now that we know that Ice Poseidon is a controversial streamer, okay, when people realized that Karl Jacobs used to enjoy that controversial streamer's content, a lot of people got quite upset. It was pretty ridiculous in my opinion, but a lot of people were upset. Keemstar dropped an entire video with Ice Poseidon trying to get his thoughts about the entire matter. Scarce made a video on it, I made a video on it, a lot of commentary channels covered this situation, and the whole thing had gotten so massive to the point where Karl Jacobs actually tried to make a twit-longer response, pretty much saying things that almost every single preschooler had the mental capacity to understand. Statements such as, oh, if you're a fan of a certain content creator, that does not mean you endorse their every action. I mean, a statement so painfully obvious that you have to question if the people on the internet nowadays are over the age of 4. I mean, the best way I can put into perspective how ridiculous that type of logic is by giving this example. If I'm a fan of Markiplier, for example, and I purchase a Markiplier hoodie, like a Markiplier pink mustache hoodie, and then Markiplier went on top of the Empire State Building and started dropping bricks on random people's heads, killing a total of 18 innocent civilians, and, you know, the next day in school, I get caught wearing my Markiplier hoodie, unaware of what had happened. Am I somehow a terrorist just by having a Markiplier hoodie? The answer is no. You can be a fan of somebody's content without endorsing some of their actions. I feel like that's very obvious. But for some reason, I don't know why, Twitter thought that just because Karl was a fan of Ice Poseidon, that, you know, anything controversial that Ice Poseidon had done in the past, Karl Jacobs had supported or something. And this led to Karl having to make a twit-longer response that says this. Really quickly though, before we get into reading that, if you guys could take the 5 seconds that it would take to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, I would seriously appreciate it. We are on the cusp of hitting 100,000 subscribers, and boy oh boy do I want my play buttons, so yeah, anyways, let's read this. Addressing concerns. After my stream the other day, I felt like I wasn't able to express how I felt correctly, and it wasn't in the best format for me to respond in. So I wanted to make a formal apology here where I can explicitly express myself in an organized format. That way, I can make sure to say things the right way, since I have taken the time to educate myself and do my best to hear people's concerns. Bro, quick little message to Karl. Karl, if you're watching this, just because some 3-follower Twitter account that's run by a 14-year-old alt girl tells you to educate yourself because you used to like a certain streamer, that does not mean you have to educate yourself at all. Like, bro, the thin-skinned, easily offended Twitter users are not like actual educators and really do not know anything about what they're talking about. Like, I sympathize with Karl in the fact that cancel culture is very toxic and they can get you to apologize for things that you haven't even done or don't need to apologize for, but when you come to the point where you're saying, oh, I've educated myself, let's be honest, Karl does not care at all. Like, I obviously can't read the dude's mind, but at least if I was apologizing the same way that he was, I would be doing it to shut cancel culture up. Not because I genuinely feel bad for what I did, or feel bad for being a fan of somebody, or, you know, feel like I need to apologize for anything, but dude, I'd just be apologizing to get people to shut the hell up. And I can't even blame him, dude. He was trending on Twitter with like 84,000 freaking tweets. I mean, I would not want that either. Recently, some people have come forward with discomfort about me being in a stream with an old Twitch streamer, quote-unquote Ice Poseidon, from a few years ago. This is a completely justified concern because Ice Poseidon made very controversial, offensive, and all types of content that I absolutely do not support. Ice Poseidon, for a long time, was one of the largest people on Twitch, and back then, I was genuinely someone who looked at Twitch as my clear passion in life. So I followed and watched everyone that was at the top of Twitch. And I know that a lot of them definitely weren't good people or aren't now, and I should have been more conscious of that in the past. I understand that this is absolutely from a place of privilege, which is something that I've actively learned from. Just to explain how I ended up on his stream. He was doing an IRL stream in my city when I lived there, and when I had the ability to show up to one of the biggest streamers and streams at that point, I decided to show up where he was streaming uninvited. I do sincerely apologize, as for a while I've understood this could be viewed as an endorsement. I don't endorse any of his actions, and I stopped watching his content a long time ago. I'm extremely sorry to anyone that had heard that we met and was impacted in a negative way. I never want anyone to feel uncomfortable in this community or have any doubts of who I am as a person. Anyways, I don't want to read the entire— oh yeah, by the way, I'm looking at this gameplay right now. How sick is this bird, dude? This guy killed it. My parent was mid, but like, dude, this guy's bird was absolutely bussin'. Anyways, I'm not gonna read the rest of the twit longer because the rest of it, he's just explaining how when he typed CX in a Twitch chat, he was not being anti-Semitic. Basically, CX is something that you would type in Twitch chat whenever you would see somebody with a big nose, and he did that when he saw a gamer on Twitch playing a video game that had a character with a big nose in it, so people thought that when he said CX, he was being anti-Semitic or something, but you can make fun of somebody for having a big nose and not be intentionally going after Jewish people, because I know that having a big nose is a Jewish stereotype, but there's a lot of non-Jewish people that have big noses, and you can go after them. Okay, I shouldn't say go after them, but you can definitely, like, make jokes about it, like Gru, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, XQC, like, come on, dude. I mean, dude, if you want to go through life looking for ways to get offended by stuff, you're gonna get offended by stuff. But if you're a normal individual and not a 300-pound behemoth who's easily offended by the most basic of jokes, then you aren't going to be finding things that are normal jokes to be offensive and, like, targeting certain groups. Think of the statement, "I hate Chinese food," for example. A normal person would think, well, that's fair, you know, some people just like different things, like different foods, you know, maybe they don't like the taste of food A versus food B, but an easily offended person would just be like, wow, you probably don't like them because it comes from China because you're a xenophobic white man, you know? I think you guys see what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so that's an update for the Karl Jacobs drama for today. If you guys have enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're at all new to the channel. Guys, I've been told that my Discord server links in my description don't work, so I'm gonna try to fix that, so click the link in the description to join the Discord and follow my other social medias that should work. Comment down Ace of Spades if you have made it to the end of this video, and I will try to heart your comment. Special thanks to my channel members for your continued support. It really helps me out to make the content that I want to make, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you later. Peace.